Hey guys, D1sco here, and today I'm reacting to the update 7.5.0 PTB for Dead by Daylight. I'm not going to be playing this right now. Uh, I'm still not at 100% from my surgery, so I don't know if I'll be able to play this. I'll try to play it at a later date though, just not today. Progress and save data information has been copied from the live game to our PTB service on January 2nd. I was not playing during January 2nd, or no, I think I played a little bit during January 2nd, but not a whole lot. So I might actually have all of my stuff that I last did, or at least most of it. Please note that players will be able to progress for the duration of PTB, but none of that progress will make it back to the live version of the game. The release schedule, it went live today at 11 a.m. Eastern. In fact, I believe Orange has a video that should be releasing soon-ish, where he's actually in the PTB. I will not be doing that for a bit. I apologize. Features, field of view settings. There is a new setting option in DVD. Players now have the ability to adjust their FOV or field of view with a slider in the setting menu. This allows players with a first-person camera, killers with the exception of the good guy, aka Chucky, to adjust their field of view, reducing motion sickness and other accessibility issues. This feature is initially in the beta test tab while we allow for thorough testing. FOV perk updates. Shadowborn, when blinded by any means, gain a 10% haste status effect for 10 seconds. New functionality. Monitoring the beast. While in the chase, your terror radius is increased by 8 meters. Otherwise, your terror radius is decreased by 8 meters. FOV cost was removed. Generators system update. The free gen strategy, identifying the closest free generators and defending only them, has become very strong, especially on certain killers. This can lead to very long games and frustrations. To help prevent such situations, the following now applies. Each generator can only suffer 8 regression events maximum. After the max has been reached on a generator, that generator can no longer be regressed by the killer, including kicks, add-ons, and perk-related regressions. Number of regressions per generator is indicated by increasing VFX after 3 or more regression events. Gens at max regression events cannot regress with the killer, including kicks, add-ons, and perk-related regressions. Survivors failing skill checks will regress generators normally and do not count as regression events. Killer kick regression is increased from 2.5% to 5%. Gen tapping is no longer possible to stop a generator from regressing. A survivor must repair 5% of the generator. Regression is not occurred while repairs are in progress. Perks affected. Hex Ruin. All generators are affected by Hex Ruin. While a generator is not being repaired by a survivor, it will immediately and automatically regress the repair progress. At 50%, 75%, 100% normal regression speed, no longer deactivate when the survivor is killed. I believe those percentages are the same as when they added the whole, if once you kill somebody or sacrifice them, it's gone. They just removed the part of it leaving when you do this to make the gameplay a little bit easy, you know. They didn't feel like it was necessary. Surge and Scourge Hook Pain Resonance does not create a loud noise notification if no progress is lost on the generator. Oppression only caused a regression event on the generator that was kicked, and Overcharge only the initiating kick counts as a regression event. Content. New survivor Alan Lake, who, if you saw my video reacting to the trailer, I am not excited for at all because I don't know enough about him. Dead by Daylight looks a new famous survivor and like Alan Lake. I love how they say new famous survivor, and I have no goddamn clue at all who the fuck this person is. Perks. Champion of Light. While you are holding a flashlight, which I notoriously suck dick at, this perk activates. When you are shining a flashlight, you have 50% haste. When you successfully blind the killer, they also gain 20% hinder for 6 seconds. Its effect cannot stack with itself. Then this perk goes on cooldown for 80 seconds, 6 seconds. Honestly, I think Champion of Light will be used a lot on flashlight builds. We already had a Residual Manifest, which was pretty good at that, but now Champion of Light sounds very good at that as well. Again, I notoriously suck with flashlights, so when I was going for Hattie's adept, I never got value out of Residual Manifest. Just like how once I go for adept Alan Lake, I will not get any value out of Champion of Light. I suck really badly with flashlights to the point where I don't use them because of that. Ooh, we got a boon totem though. That's in my opinion, that's a little bit more exciting to read about. Boons haven't been the same ever since Boon Circle of Healing got touched last, which was yet another nerf. They nerfed that perk multiple times, and not only did they finally kill it, but they killed Boon Totems as well. Yoichi's Boon Totem, which was always the least used, is still never used. Jonah's Boon is also not used a lot anymore. And the other Michaela Boon, which didn't get touched nearly as much as Circle of Healing, is also not used anymore. And Circle of Healing, because of all the nerfs it took, it hasn't been used very much either. So I wonder if this will be the Boon Totem that brings Boon Totems back, because Boon Totems are not around right now. Boon Illumination. Press and hold the active button one near a dual or hex totem to bless it and create a Boon Totem. Soft chimes ring out in a 24-meter range. Survivors inside your Boon Totem's range see the aura of all chests and all generators in blue. If you have a lit Boon Totem, you cleanse or bless totems 6, 8, 10% faster. You can only bless one totem at a time. All equipped boon perks are active on your Boon Totem. Honestly, I like it. I really like Boom Illumination. I don't know what it's basically it's literally the first Boon Totem that's just, that's just like aura reading. I like that though. Honestly, so far I'm most excited for Boon Illumination out of the two that I've read for him. Again, it's hard to be super excited for Champion of Light because I'm not great with flashlights, but it doesn't sound terrible. But Boom Illumination, I'm very excited to get someday for all my characters. I'm very excited to use it once I go for his add up. Deadline. This perk activates when you are injured. Skill checks appear 6, 8, 10% more frequently when repairing or healing and appear in random places. The penalty for missing skill checks is reduced by 50%. I kind of like Deadline too. I feel like Deadline is going to be good for... in fact, Orange has made a few builds like this where you have like stuff that like makes you do stuff better. So like if you have Deadline and Resilience together, that could be a good combo. If you have This Is Not Happening, I believe that makes the skill check zones like bigger and stuff. Honestly, I really like his perks. I don't know what other YouTubers are saying about his perks. I don't know if they think it's broken or not. If I would imagine, if anything, they're probably saying Champion of Light is broken. And again, if you're actually good with flashlights, then yeah, it is. But I'm very much excited for all of his perks. I can't wait to play him. Very excited. Killer update, The Hillbilly. I don't know how long this will be, so just bear with me, guys. Killer power. Press and hold the power button to break into a chainsaw sprint. Survivors hit during a chainsaw sprint are put into the dying state, removing the chainsaw and sprinting with the chainsaw each cause the overdrive meter to increase. The meter decreases when the chainsaw is not in use. When the meter is full, the chainsaw goes to overdrive. Basically, instead of overheat, we have overdrive now. Overheat made it so if the chainsaw was like hot for too long, you just couldn't use it anymore for a bit until it cooled down. Overdrive leads into you wanting to do that because it gives you because it like we'll get to it because I see it here, but it like makes the stuff better. Base changes. Increase chainsaw sprint movement speed to 10.2 meters a second with 9.2 meters a second. Decrease the chainsaw hit cooldown to 2.7 seconds with 3 seconds. Decrease the chainsaw miss cooldown to 2.5 seconds with 3 seconds. Increase movement speed during the chainsaw miss cooldown to 2.3 meters a second with 1.38 meters a second. Oh, that is a weird number behavior. Why? Decrease the size of the chainsaw's collision to improve navigation during a chainsaw sprint, and disconnected the chainsaw sensitivity from controller sensitivity. Baseline sensitivity is set to 100% of all controller sensitivity. Special state overdrive. While in overdrive, the chainsaw in the hands chainsaw charge and sprint speeds are increased, and chainsaw sprint cooldowns are reduced. Overdrive lasts for 20 seconds. Base overdrive size. Chainsaw charge speed increased by 100%. Chainsaw sprint movement speed increased by 13 meters a second. And chainsaw cooldown reduced by 10%. Ooh. So in the developer update for January, they did not mention the add-ons because it was already super long, but they did here. So I'm very excited for these add-ons. Grace throttle was junkyard air filter. Interesting. So they changed the name of some of them too. That's interesting. Decreased recovery time after a successful chainsaw hit by 10%. New functionality. Okay. Counterweight was heavy clutch. Decreased chainsaw sprint initial turn rate by 70%. New functionality. Okay. Cracked primer bulb, less speed limiter. Survivors hit with their chainsaw damage to it for a single health state. Increases overdrive generation by 15%. New functionality. I'm liking it all. So far. I'm liking it. Steel toe boots, which is the first one so far that hasn't had a name change. Decreases the recovery time after hitting an object with the chainsaw by 10%. Was 12%. Okay. Begrimed chains was big buckle. Survivors hit with the chainsaw suffered from the mangled and hammer status effects until the wholly healed. New functionality. Nice. Dad's boots. Increase the chainsaw sprint turn rate by 30%, with 28%. Nice. Collect intake was deaf engravings. Increase overdrive duration by 15%. New functionality. Nice. Off-brand motor oil increases overdrive generation by 15%. New functionality. Nice. Thermal casing was punctured muffler. Decreases the speed at which heat dissipates when not using the chainsaw by 10%. New functionality. Nice. The Thompson's mix was black grease. Decrease recovery time after a successful chainsaw hit by 15%. New functionality. Nice. Iridescent engravings was doom engravings. Increases chainsaw sprint movement speed by 20%. Increases time required to charge the chainsaw by 12%. New functionality and rarity. I believe it was a purple before, but now it's iridescent. I believe. Nice. Ragged engine was leafy mash. Decreases the time at which overdrive dissipates when not using the chainsaw by 15%. New functionality. Nice. Low kickback chains decreases recovery time after hitting an object with the chainsaw by 15%, with 28%. Nice. Discarded air filter was motors helpers. Increases the time it takes before overdrive starts dissipating by 15%. New functionality. Nice. High speed idler screw was peak house gloves. Increases the time it takes before overdrive starts dissipating by 20%. New functionality. Spiked boots. Increases the chainsaw sprint turn rate by 45%, with 44%, and remove functionality. Oh, they removed the functionality from it. Interesting. Tuned carburetor. Changed rarity to ultra rare. Okay. Apex muffler. Changed rarity to very rare. So Apex Muffler got moved down to... So I guess they switched Apex Muffler with Tuned Carburetor by the sounds of it, in terms of or something like that. Oh, and the iridescent brick, which was also one of his iridescent ones, also got changed. So I guess they completely changed like what its iridescent add-ons were. It was new add-ons being the iridescent ones. So that's interesting. Filthy Slippers was iridescent brick. After maintaining a chainsaw sprint for 2 seconds, grants undetectable until the chainsaw sprint ends. New functionality and rarity. Interesting. Miscellaneous. Added a new loading tip regarding the overdrive meter. Added new score events when using the chainsaw. Curve when turning a minimum of 80 degrees with them while turning using chainsaw. Curve hit when hanging survivors chainsaw within 2 seconds of getting the curve score event. Overdrive when overdrive triggers. Overdrive hit when hanging survivors chainsaw when in overdrive mode. Sprinter when performing a chainsaw sprint does 4 seconds or longer. Sprint hit when hanging survivor with the chainsaw traveling more than 42 meters. Interesting. Killer update, D1sco, aka Sadako. Demanifested stats. While demanifested, Sadako can gain up blood loss as usual, and Sadako can enter chase as usual. When demanifesting, blood loss is no longer lost, Increases demanifested state invisibility duration from 1 to 1.2 seconds. Killer power cooldown from previous update removed. Condemned gained from teleports increased to 1 full stack. Teleporting applies condemned to survivors within 16 meters of the TV where Sadako projected or any powered TVs. Powered TVs now VFX showing range of at all times and powers are revealed to survivors in 60 meters. Hooking a survivor locks in their condemned progress, making it impossible to remove. VHS tapes no longer grants projection from gaining condemned. Survivors no longer gain condemned if not holding a tape. Survivors no longer lose their tape when attacked. Survivors must bring their tape to the furthest TV, highlighted in yellow. Retrieving a tape now takes 1 second was 2. Inserting a tape in TV now takes 1 second was 2. Add-ons: the videotape copy increases the range of which survivors gain command from projection by 2 meters. New functionality. Ricketts Watch increased the invisibility duration while demanifested by 25% was 32%. That's because they made some of it base kit, in case you're wondering. That's why that was decreased. Ring drawing: when hooking a survivor carrying a tape, other survivors gain 1 condemned stack new functionality. Tape editing deck: each survivor stats starts the trial as a tape in their possession. Their target is the TV first from their location. No change. Survivors that entered their tapes are revealed for 6 seconds in new functionality. Iridescent videotape projection does not turn off TVs and does not apply condemned. New functionality. TVs turned off by survivors take 200% longer to rec on. New functionality. Killer add-on updates. The Blight. Blighted Rat increases rush speed by 2% for each consecutive rush, was 4%. Blighted Crow increases rush speed by 3% for each consecutive rush, was 6%. Adrenaline Vial increases maximum rush tokens by 2, increases maximum rush look angle by 20 degrees, decreases rush turn rate by 55%, which is an adjusted functionality. Alchemist Ring increases ring duration by 20% for each consecutive rush, new functionality. Compound 33 increases rush turn rate by 33% for each consecutive rush that travels at least 4 meters, new functionality. Iridescent Blight Tag enables rush to be performed without spending tokens. Rush bonuses are capped after 3 consecutive rushes. Blighted Corruption goes on cooldown for 20 seconds after a successful lethal rush attack, new functionality. Perk updates. Quick Gambit: when you are chased by the killer, see the Aura of Gems within 36 meters. Survivors working on highlight gems receives a free 4 or 5% speed boost to their repair action. New functionality. Save the best for last. You become says one survivor. Earn a token for a successful basic stack that's not dealt to the obsession. Each token grants a stackable 4% was 5%. Decrease successful attack. Basic attack cooldown. You can earn up to 6 and 8 tokens was 8 tokens. When the obsession loses a health state by any means, lose 2 tokens. You cannot gain tokens as long as the obsession is sacrificed or killed. Readjusted or adjusted damage source and tokens lost. Grim Embrace. The first time each survivor is hooked for the first time, getting a token. Then when you leave a 16-meter range of that hook, all generators are blocked for 8, 10, 12 seconds. New functionality. Upon reaching for tokens, when you leave a 16-meter range of that hook, the entity instead blocks all generators for 40 seconds. The obsession to aura revealed to you for 6 seconds. Increased times added proximity clause, and then this perk deactivates. Map Ormond updates. We made some changes to the map. The layout of the main building stayed the same, but we decided to address the fact that the front of the building representing an entrance had no gameplay or interesting loops. It was a big pile of rocks and not much else, so we went through to update the gameplay and made it more fluid and fitting with the loops, and to actually add gameplay and the art team went through as well as to make things look nice. In the back of the building, we had a couple of tiles that were simple loops, but that didn't have interesting gameplay. We went around to update this and improve the quality there as well. Bug fixes, archives, and events. Fix an issue where the back-to-back Survivor Master Challenge would void completed progress if the survivor later succeeded on a good skill check or failed skill checks in the same match. Characters. Fix an issue that caused the left arm of the naughty bear to appear broken when placing it on a bear trap. The driver can now pick up bear traps right after placing them without having the first move away. The Blight's power no longer starts to recharge during the rush cooldown animation, fixing the issue that caused the screens to turn black after teleporting to the limit configuration when spectating the Cenobite. You can spectate him. What? Okay. The Nemesis zombies now lose collision after infecting a survivor to prevent being unable to leave the area and getting hit a second time. The knight can now start an order on a survivor's position. Survivor cell cough and scream when exiting a locker or vaulting into one of the clouds after peace tonics. Clouds fix an issue that caused survivors to be teleported to a random part of the map after landing on one of the hack's mud phantasms. The drop pallet interaction now has priority over Crash Victor when a survivor is near a pallet with the twins Victor on their back. The executioner can now properly create a torment trail when going upstairs. The mastermind can no longer change the final direction in which a survivor got before bounced from by moving the camera during the bound. The nurse can now buffer blinks during her fatigue state. The Cenobite can no longer see hiding survivors when passing through lockers when teleporting to a gateway. There's so much to read, oh my god. Animation. Fix an issue that caused some animations to be missing for female survivors when repairing one side of a generator. Audio. Fix issues where menu sounds were not playing correctly. Fix an issue where the perk territorial imperative did not trigger the sound. Fix an issue where survivors did not scream or cough as they slow vault or exit a locker alongside the little clowns after Sonic. Fix issues where the sounds of the lab tab in the front menu were not playing. Fix an issue where the sounds were when the player clicked ready and the custom game lobby is not playing. Bots now seek to self-condemn using a percentage of non-lock condensed stats. Bots can now close television at a distance of 60 meters to generate in all difficulties. Bots can use blast mine, wiretap, and press once without issue. Bots no longer reveal the ghost face without looking in his direction while outside of chase. Bots no longer reveal the ghost face without looking in his direction while outside of chase. Bots now avoid running directly into the map corner. Bots are now affected by darkness and don't detect a killer beyond the visible range for their sight sense. Bots now have a reaction time to attacks depending on killer and bot difficulty level. Bots are in general more brave while doing objectives, especially if the killer's already busy in a chase. Environment / maps. Fix an issue in Red Forest where the front side of the generator on top of the hill was not accessible to the players. Fix an issue in the treatment feeder where the items are clipping in the ground. Fix an issue in the underground complex where the xenomorph tail attack gets blocked. Fix an issue in the treatment feeder where players cannot interact on one side of a generator. Fix an issue on the Lambkin Lane where the player would get stuck after leaving the repair of a generator behind a house. Fix an issue in the Garden of Joy where items could be hidden under the ground. Fix an issue where the underground complex was missing in the match management of custom game modes. Fix issue in the Mount Ormond Resort where foliage was clipping from multiple chests. Fix an issue in the Mount Ormond Resort where a plan was clipping inside a maze wall mesh. Fix an issue in the Mount Ormond Resort where a chest was clipping into a fence. Fix an issue in the Mount Ormond Resort was the collision around the snowcat. Fix an issue in the Mount Ormond where the game collapse failed to appear on the stairs of the chalet. Fix an issue in the Mount Ormond where survivors could climb rocks leading up to the hill. Fix an issue in the Mount Ormond where the snow piles level of detail had to be adjusted. Fix an issue in the Mount Ormond where some parts of a tree were missing. Fix an issue in the Mount Ormond where a tree was removed because it was too low quality. Gameplay. Fix an issue that may cause a toolbox that was previously collected by another survivor to hold infinite charges. Perks. Fix an issue that caused the audio cue to not always play when the survivor enters the basement when equipped territory while per the perk. Fix an issue that caused the survivor to scream even when trapped in a bear trap after using the dramaturgy perk. Decisive striking that properly triggers when grabbed by the masterminds for real and bound. Open-handed now increases empathetic connections or reading range. Going into the dying state with plot twist perk while holding the landing configuration on causes it to be solved. Oh my god, there's so much to read every time behavior. Please simplify this stuff. My god. UI. Fix an issue where a pop-up message displays an option to buy Auric cells when the item cannot be purchased with Auric cells. Fix an issue where the menu buttons when selecting a survivor appear too small in the custom game lobby. Fix an issue where the reward node status was not updated when collecting it. Fix an issue where FSR sharpness appears 1% lower when reopening the option after increasing it. Fix an issue where character info can be opened during the offering screen. Fix an issue that caused the hook Vignet to remain visible on screen in smaller scale while the survivors are being sacrificed. Fix an issue that caused survivors to be sacrificed a little before the end game collapses. Progression bar becomes empty. Fix an issue that caused the Blight's Rush input prompt to flicker when looking up. Fix an issue that caused the Demogorgon's open portal bar to remain while white when they quits with the Rat Tail add-on. Fix an issue that caused the progress bar of nearby generators, totems, or chests not to be displayed when equipping quits with a key or a map. UX. When the skill merchant's drones cannot detect you as a survivor, their beams lighter in appearance and color change only seen by the survivor that will not be detected. The viewpoint is now constrained when controlling a biopod as the singularity was the 16:9 aspect ratio option activated. Targeting a biopod with multiple are lined up no longer requires aiming a little below the desired pod. Known issues. The Knight remains disabled due to an ongoing issue, and the perk Nowhere to Hide is also disabled. So Knight and Nowhere to Hide are still not back enabled. I was hoping they would be. Hopefully they get enabled when Alan Wake releases. But yeah, I finally read it all. Overall, a lot of interesting stuff in this PTB. Still sucks that Knight is still disabled, but there's not much we can do about that. Stay tuned on this channel for Orange's videos of him playing for the PTB. And if I'm able to, my videos at some point later on where I'm playing for the PTB. I don't know if we will make any videos playing the PTB together. We haven't really been playing games a whole lot together, doing a whole lot together. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to do all the other garbage, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, ring the bell, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.